Hello, welcome to KWABENA TV and to another episode of Black Arena. Today I share with you the inspiring story of the first Black and the youngest to serve as nominee for the U.S. House of Representatives. He also happens to be the first ever Ghanaian American nominee for the federal office in the United States. Kojo Asamoa-Caesar is my guest. Right, so Kojo will be joining us on Zoom now, but you can always be part of this conversation via all social media platforms. It's KWABENA TV. Drop your comments and questions, and feel free to also like and share this video. But if you've not yet subscribed, please do that right now and click the notification bell so that you get notified anytime a new episode is uploaded. Let's get talking. Welcome back. It's Black Arena. We met our guest for today, and I'm happy to welcome Kojo to Black Arena on AKTV. Kojo, welcome and congratulations.
Thank you for having me, Eben. I'm happy to be here.
Yes, and for taking up this challenge, bearing in mind that no Black person has ever ventured to even come close to contesting, let alone winning this seat. What do you think has accounted for this?
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because in America in 2020, right, it's interesting that we're still having a lot of firsts in our country, right? That goes to show you some of the systemic inequities we had in our system for so long. Specifically in Tulsa, Oklahoma, we had what was called the Tulsa Race Massacre here in 1921. In the early 1900s, there was a community called Greenwood, and it was the most prosperous African-American community anywhere in the nation. But in 1921, a white mob over the course of 2 days burned down this community, right? And that history has reverberated, over time. And so today that community is high poverty, it's low income, right? And it's basically cut off from the broader prosperity in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And so I think that accounts for why there hasn't been the same opportunity for Black candidates to be able to run for this seat and have a chance of winning.
So here we are today after so many years. Here you are, a Black man, taking up this challenge. Don't you see this as an obstacle to your chances of winning?
Well, in life, there are obstacles, right? And obstacles, we're meant to overcome those obstacles, right? And in my life, I've been fortunate enough to overcome many obstacles. And so that gives me the confidence that I can face these obstacles and overcome them. And that's the adventure of life. My mom and dad made the 5,000-mile trek across the Atlantic Ocean to emigrate to the United States from Ghana, right? And they were overcoming obstacles and they were chasing their dreams. And they believed that in America, anything was possible, right? If you could get here, work hard, follow the rules, apply yourself, you can achieve anything. And they drilled that into me, all right? And so the American dream was a huge thing in our household. And it's something that still drives my life and my ambitions today.
Very well, Kojo. So at what point in your life did this dream occur to you?
Man, going to school, I went to public schools all throughout my upbringing because my mom, sacrificed so we could live in good school districts so I could get a good education. And my teachers would always tell me that I had great leadership potential, right? And I didn't quite understand what that meant. Like, what does leadership mean? And what does potential mean, right? But they planted that seed within me. And so um, once I got to college, I was just fascinated and obsessed with finding out if what they were saying was true or if they were just trying to be nice, right? And so I think that's where that started. And I started reading a lot. I started asking my mom questions about, her upbringing in Ghana, what brought her to America, the challenges she had to face, right? And then I started to get this motivation to try to make her dreams real, right? To make this journey not just my own journey, but a journey of our family and the journey of our people, right?
So it's very interesting how nobody from your party has won this seat since you were born. Right. And 34 years on, you have dared to take this challenge. What makes you think you're going to win this race?
Well, this Oklahoma has been a one-party state for a long time, and so the Republicans, have pretty much dominated our politics. But we are at a time where, you can overplay your hand, right? When there are challenges in our world, there are crises going on, and you're the one in power, right? And it is clear as day for everybody to see that you are failing at your duty to address these challenges, right? And so in an environment where we're dealing with a global pandemic that has affected every one of us, right? The pandemic that has caused our economy, right, to go into the tank, a lot of people losing their jobs, a lot of businesses having to close down. And then we see the racial unrest, right? And we see millions of people around the country going down, not just Black people, but white people, right? And different people of color protesting and demanding change, right? So we're in a special moment at this time where people are demanding change and they're realizing that what we've been doing hasn't worked. And so we need to go into a different direction. And so I am putting forth a platform that will give people real change.
So would you say this protest has then influenced your campaign or your chances of winning in any way?
Oh, yes, it definitely has. And in our particular campaign, there's been, since the springtime, we've seen this energy and enthusiasm, and most of it coming from white people, right? And white women who, white college-educated women in Tulsa, Oklahoma, who normally are just living their life. They don't really want to get involved in politics. It's, seems like something that's, maybe a dirty game or just, not worth their while. But now, because of this pandemic, they're at home. There's no distractions. They're watching the news and they're seeing these images, come across their screen. And they're getting a chance to reflect and think about the kinds of community they live in, the kind of country they live in, what kind of world do they want to build for their children, right? And so now they're like, I want to do something and I need to get involved. And they're reaching out to our campaign and saying, we like what you're saying. We want to get involved. We want to support you. We want real change for our country and our community.
Very well. So what should the people of your county look forward to should you go to Congress?
Yeah. So first and foremost, I am somebody who's dedicated myself to public service, right? And I believe in servant leadership, right? And that leaders have to serve a cause greater than themselves, right? And the current incumbent is a Trump sycophant, and he is a self-interested leadership. He's only concerned about his own interests and what benefits him, right? And so they can look forward to somebody who's going to truly represent the common interest. Right. They can also look for somebody who's going to help build an America as good as it's promised, right? One where we have well-funded schools, right, and teachers that are paid what they're worth, right, so that we can have the right educational outcomes for our kids, right? They can look forward to somebody who's going to advocate for healthcare and economic security, right? Somebody who's going to advocate for justice and equity, and lastly, somebody who's going to advocate for a healthy environment. And building the 21st century infrastructure for our country.
Very well, Kojo. Before we go, what will be your message to young people, especially people of Black descent all over the world who are also looking forward to going into politics?
Yes. I think when you think about the term white supremacy, and it's become a term that a lot of people are starting to throw around now, the basis of that is that if white is better, right? And if you are not white, if you're black, then maybe you're not smart enough, you're not as gifted enough, you're not as talented enough, and so you can't be dreaming big, and those dreams are not going to come true. And I hope my journey and this race represents possibilities for people, and that it can inspire a new generation of leadership to know that you are smart enough, you are bright enough, you have all it takes to dream big and to make those dreams come true.
Thank you very much, Kojo. It's been great talking to you. And we wish you all the best in your campaign and in the elections.
Thank you so much, and I look forward to coming back when we win.
Of course, we would love to host then. We would really love to host you then, and even follow you to Congress one of these days. Thank you and all the best. So I've been speaking with Kojo Asamoa-Caesar, who is running for election to the U.S. House to represent Oklahoma's 1st congressional district. And Kojo is a black person. He's actually the first black man to have contested for this race. He's talked about his upbringing as a black kid born to black parents in America, and also his vision and aspirations should he be given the nod to go to Congress. Thank you for watching.